Let's dive in. Welcome back, everybody, to Pinpoint Pictures. I'm your host, Pete. If you're a returning subscriber, I definitely want to thank you for coming back. And if you're new to the video, make sure that you like and hit that subscribe button before you go, because I'm going to keep the heat coming for you. Like I said, today we got a hot one for Black History Month. I got to talk about a legendary actor, filmmaker, Academy Award winner, Golden Globe winner, none other than Denzel Washington. I'm gonna tell you about my top 5 favorites. It might not be everybody's top 5, and I know this could be a controversial list because the man has way too many bangers to list. But these are my top 5. So first off, I'm gonna start off with Man on Fire. Follows an alcoholic former CIA operative in Mexico City swearing vengeance on those who committed an unspeakable act against the family he was hired to protect. Now you know that this is top-notch Denzel at his best. They paired him up with Dakota Fanning when she was a little girl, and she was phenomenal. The way that they shot this movie, the cinematography was perfect with the way that it spoke how dark and moody and depressed the actual character was, so it matched with it perfectly. Because, you know, he's an alcoholic, he's contemplating suicide at times, you know, while he's sitting in the room across the hall from his little girl. And it's lovely in this film how they built that bond with each other, when at first he was resistant to even talk to her because he's going through his own troubles inside, so he didn't even want to get close to her. But while protecting her, he started to feel that love for her. And then you know how it ends with the whole plot twist on why and how she gets kidnapped, you know, dealing with the kidnappers out there in Mexico. Now they get this little girl. It's really near and dear to him, but the twist of why and how they get this girl is what sets up a perfect ending for the film. I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it, but if you have, then you already know what I'm talking about. You can find this one right here on AMC Plus. My number 4 is Deja Vu, a 2006 action thriller. It involves an ATF agent who travels back in time in an attempt to prevent a domestic terrorist attack that takes place in New Orleans. See, I always like scientific type of weird, strange time travel movies. I mean, when they can blend them with some type of action or drama. But this one, nice pace of this film, great acting with Denzel, and the suspense keeps you going all the way to the end. The way that they shot this movie, it kind of had a dark tone to it, and it had a pretty decent story with everything that was going on. And they bomb a boat. I think it had a bunch of soldiers on it, a bunch of people. Period. It's a crazy time trip flick. That's what makes the movie so good. And then Denzel's acting, of course. Another one that I just dig so much, number 4 for me. And right now you can check this one out on AMC Plus also. Deja Vu at number 4. Number 3, I'm gonna take it old school on you with Ricochet, a 1991 action thriller. The film details a struggle between a Los Angeles district attorney and a vengeful criminal whom he arrested when he was a cop. Now this is young Denzel as a district attorney Nick Stiles facing off a diabolical villain in John Lithgow, which both of these guys had a phenomenal performance. A real intense, dark, suspenseful mood in this movie, man. A lot of mind games being played on Denzel through the whole thing, because you know, for the most part, they believe that John Lithgow's character is actually dead, so they're not expecting that this is who's coming after Denzel right now. But both of these guys they rip these scenes apart, and you can get a cameo from Ice-T way back then. So like I said, this is one of the ones that I always kick back on. I love this. I went to see it back in the theater when it came out. I remember as a kid checking this one out. Yeah, so if you plan on checking this one out, you can catch this one on Pluto, or if you subscribe to the Cinemax, I got the app. Number 3 for me is Ricochet. My number 2, second favorite, is Out of Time, a 2003 action thriller where a Florida police chief must solve a vicious double homicide before he himself falls under suspicion. Now, this one has a great cast, great cinematography, excellent plot twist. You got Sanaa Lathan, Eva Mendes, Dean Cain, all big players in the film. And Denzel, he's not a crooked cop, but he's got some plans on doing his own thing with some money from a big bus and in their department. But at the same time, got a little thing going on with Sanaa Lathan and Eva Mendes. I love this one because it's got the action in there. Like I said, a nice little plot twist on what's really going on with the double homicide or the arson that happens in the movie, and how Denzel's involved and he's racing against the clock to clear his name and not let the evidence or ties to the case or the victims be known. And I mean, it's just a real fun film, exciting little sequences in there. Definitely one that I would tell you to check out if you haven't seen it. You can find it on Tubi, Amazon Prime, or MGM Plus. Number 2, Out of Time. And come on now, number 1 has to be Training Day. A 2001 drama thriller starring Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke, where a rookie cop spends his first day as a Los Angeles narcotics officer with a rogue detective who isn't what he seems to be. Now this one here, Denzel plays the OG Alonzo. Great cinematography in this movie. It really gives you the feel of those LA streets. Man, the performances by Denzel and Ethan Hawke are out of this world. Everybody remembers the famous lines and quotes from this movie. But this one here was one of Denzel's top acting performances that I've seen. One of my favorites. The movie was just raw to the end. You see how dirty Denzel was in here. But low key, if you really, really pay attention to the flick, he's actually lacing Jake with some game. But he's just dirty at the same time. That's the really bad problem, is that he's got his own motives for doing everything he's doing on Jake's rookie day, on his training day. He's already got something set up in the background to cover his own ass. He got in deep with the Russians. Really, I mean, that wraps it up for me. Like, that's my number 1. Training Day. That's like my favorite Denzel right there. Training Day. Once again, I come with a list from a legendary actor that we got to give his flowers to him now. We gotta give his flowers. I'd like to know what you think, but I know you're probably thinking, man, you missed Flight, American Gangster, Book of Eli, Virtuosity, John Q, Remember the Titans, blah blah blah, Two Guns, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, Siege. I mean, like I said, Denzel's got bangers, but Glory, Malcolm X, bangers. We talking about Denzel. But in order for me to know what you think about this list, I need you to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell me what you think about my list. Was I out of pocket? What did I leave off? What would your top 5 be? I'm gonna come back with some more heat for you. And I definitely want you to come back and check it out. So definitely don't forget to hit that bell too and be notified when I drop the next one. But until the next time, this your boy P with Pinpoint Pictures, and I'll holla at you. Peace.